Welcome to another Beta Change Minisode. Today I'm here with Sina, who is joining me from Turkey. So I'm really excited to chat with her today about some special projects she has going on with diabetes. So Sina, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Sena from Turkey. I'm 21 years old. I live in Istanbul. It's a big metropolitan actually. And I have been living with diabetes since I was 10. So October 3 was my anniversary day. Now I'm here.
Happy Diaversary!
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and we were saying earlier, so I've had diabetes for 16 years, and you've had it for 11, and I feel like people have like kind of common stories about being diagnosed and then being comfortable with diabetes, and I know that, you know, from having talking to you, we have things in common that we can talk about, like when you take injections,
Yes.
or like remembering if you took an injection and things like that.
Yes.
So I was wondering if you have any like stories that you wanted to share about maybe like friends you've made who have diabetes, either in Turkey or in other places, and tell us maybe what it's like having meeting other people who have diabetes in Turkey. That would be really interesting from,
Yes,
you know,
of
our point of
course.
view. Yeah.
Okay. For the first time when I have been diagnosed with diabetes, it was really hard because I thought I'm the only one who has it. And I asked my mother that, Mommy, won't we have any birthday parties anymore? Because candy and the birthday cake was my favorite thing. And she's like, no, Sena, of course we will have. And we have never missed any of my birthday parties. And in Turkey, and one more thing, that when I had first diagnosed with diabetes, some of our friends came with a box of chocolate, and I was like, "What? But I cannot eat them. But why did you do that?" But I was a child and I couldn't understand why he brought a packet of chocolate. But then when I grow up, I realized that he would, I hope he brought that because of the guests. I hope that so. And in Turkey,
Yeah, it could
I
be for
hope.
a different, well, or, you know, it's like a just a gesture that people are thinking about you, right? It's hard to, you know, do it when you're
Yes.
dealing with something that involves food, I think, because we have, like, in
Yes.
society, like, we have a lot of value on food, and it can be
Yes,
hard.
of course. I hope. And in Turkey, we are rare, but or we don't know anything about each other. But I went to diabetes camps, and from all over the Turkey, I have lots of friends who have diabetes at the same age with me, or younger than me, or
Oh,
elder
wow.
than me. I have lots of friends who have diabetes. And in my university, if I join the club, for example, we are doing a project about 20 or more people, and we are introducing ourselves. For example, like, I'm Sena and I'm 27 years old, I'm coming from here, blah, blah, blah. And they say, say something that will make you recommended easily. And I always say this, I take injections. And they were like, what do you take? I take injections to myself. I'm doing this.
So you tell them you take injections as your like thing that people can remember, and they'll be remembering you for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and they scared. They are scared, and it's funny to me, I think.
Yeah, I think it's funny too when people say, like, I don't know how I would take injections, you know, if they're like afraid of needles or something. And it's like, you just have to do it to stay alive. Like, we don't want to do it, you know, it's hard.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. But so you went to a diabetes camp from a young age?
Yes. And I was 12, 15. I can go to that camp whenever I want. But my first time was when I was 12 or no, I was 13 years old. Wasn't my first time, and I met lots of diabetics, and it was really good experience, experience to me.
That's great. And I know that, you know, since you were talking about not having a lot of people who have type 1 diabetes in Turkey, I think it's a common feeling to feel alone when you have diabetes. But could you maybe tell me about the resources that are available there, or the lack of resources that you think are, you know, should be available for people in Turkey?
Resources for what?
Maybe for people with diabetes, like with community events. Like it sounds like you have camps there.
Yes.
But you know, I just wanted to know like what kind of other things we talked a little bit about it earlier, maybe about like
Okay.
organizations or
Okay.
other resources like that. Yeah.
Yes, we have diabetes camps, and we have organizations about diabetes. And so, if you go to your doctor, and he can send you to the organization, and you can find the other diabetics. And at my hospital on Thursdays was the diabetics days. So if you want to take your examination, and if you're a diabetic, you have to go to the hospital on Thursdays, and we have the diabetic meeting every Thursday. So this kind of organization we have in Turkey.
And what things do you maybe wish were different? Do you have like, is there anything that you wish was there that maybe isn't there yet?
Yes, actually, I I wish the people would be more people would have more awareness about the diabetes. I wish that, because even if
Higher
I am,
awareness.
yes, even if I am 21 years old, last year one of my friends who is 24 said that, oh my God, how can you make that injection to yourself? Oh my God. And he mean it. He really mean it. He wasn't joking. And I wish people have higher awareness. I cannot pronunciate it, but
that's okay. Awareness. Yeah.
Awareness. Yes.
I
sorry.
understand. Yeah. No, that's okay. So is your CU collection project, if maybe it has a different name now, but could you tell me about if your project is kind of working on that, trying to raise awareness?
Yes. Actually, my Say collection is includes sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts about diabetes. And I realized that in the winter, because of my big hoodies or with the long arm sweatshirts, I cannot make my injections easily, or I cannot open my arm. Always I'm like, oh my God, it's too hard, so not make my injection. I was like that. And I thought that I wish I had a sweatshirt with the holes, or with the, what was the name of it?
Yeah, like sleeves, like, or zipper.
Yes,
a zipper
yes,
pocket.
Yes, zipper.
Yeah,
Yes, okay. Zipper. I said that I wish I had a secret zipper here, so I can make my injection. And then I sent my project to a competition, and I won an award for that. And now I'm trying to deal. I'm trying to deal in. I'm trying to have a deal with a company that who can produce my collection.
Your designs.
Yes, my designs, and I hope I will find it. I hope.
Yeah, I think that's so cool.
Yes.
That's so cool. And I think, you know, people, that's something that maybe people with diabetes like think about when we're getting dressed, or like but it's something that it's hard to maybe figure out what you can do about it. So I think that's really awesome.
Yes, and maybe not only for the injection. Mm, For example, a T-shirt which is designed for the diabetics, it will help for the awareness, and it will be cool.
Yeah, and I think having raising awareness is something that like we talk about doing in a lot of different ways, and sometimes it's meeting new friends and telling them that you have diabetes, or sometimes it can be just educating people about what
Yes,
that is. So maybe by having something like your sweatshirts, people might ask different questions, right? Like, oh, that's a cool zipper. Like but instead of, oh, you're like doing an injection. So maybe it would change how people talk
yes,
about it a little bit, right?
yes. Of course, it can be maybe someone who hasn't have diabetes can wear that too,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
And
really nice.
do you so when you were traveling, did you get any new ideas? I know you went to Finland and Ukraine in the summer, and
Ah,
did you get any ideas for your collection while you were doing that?
about my collection, I didn't get
Yeah.
any new ideas, but I'm only the next thing is I'm designing pins that we can use here like this, or we can use for our
Oh,
bags. We can
show me one
use
more
for
time. Can you show me one more time?
pins.
Yeah.
I got it from Estonia, and
Cool.
this is from Finland, and
Cool.
this is from my city, Daily, where I came from. Actually, it's a small city in Zonguldak, and
Wow.
that's from here. And I'm designing this kind of pins, but for the production of them, I need a firm, or I need a company, I need a fund, but I don't have it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I will find it as
Cool.
soon as.
Yeah, if
Yes.
you get funding and you're able to work with a company, maybe that can help you produce that. I
Yes.
think that would be cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hope so.
So, Sina, can you tell us about your YouTube channel that you're developing and what you
Yes.
want to do with it?
Yes, actually, I'm recording some videos for my YouTube channel, but I didn't upload them yet. But I'm planning to open it in next week, I hope, because I'm trying to record the best video, and I'm a little hard liker, I can say. I don't like my videos a lot
You're
because
hard on yourself.
yes, of course, I'm trying to make them perfect and peerless. So, and with my YouTube channel in Turkey, we don't have any YouTube channel about the diabetes, but we have lots of stupid YouTube channels that really, really empty concepts. But I'm trying to make something harmful, something helpful. I'm trying to do that.
Well, yeah, that's a
Yes.
great idea. So
Yeah,
if
thank
people
you.
are watching this on YouTube, you can follow Sina and subscribe to her channel.
Yes,
Do
thank you. And
you have
my
it, what it's going to be called yet?
I'm gonna call it Diabitess. For example, like two words. One is coming from diabetes and diabetes, and one is coming from the bites. You know, the bite. And I made that word diabetes, like the bites with made of diabetes.
Cool.
That's my real name, and I have double S at the end of it. Yes, that's right. I have
Yeah, did I spell it
yes,
right?
yes,
Okay.
double. I have double S because my name is Sena, and that's my
Cool.
name. Yes,
I like it because it's like a play on words, and I like how it has all these different meanings. I think that's really
yes,
cool.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
so awesome.
I hope we will be a bigger and bigger and bigger family, being as diabetes. I hope.
Yeah, and you doing that on Instagram too, right? Is it kind of a
Yes,
similar concept? Like you'll have the two,
yes,
Instagram and YouTube, tied together?
yes. Of course, they are connected, and on my Instagram, you can find lots of videos or lots of photos about my stuffs or my travels. I'm more active on Instagram right now.
So, what kinds of things do you try to share with people? Like, do you try? I think that some people with social media, like they have certain things they want to share about diabetes. Like, some
Uh,
people really want to share the hard things that like nobody sees about
ah,
diabetes. Other people focus more on like positive things about diabetes. It's just
yes,
very, I think there's a lot of different voices. So, I wanted to know, what do you think is your voice that you bring to
actually, my
conversation?
voice is mm, actually my voice is positive, really positive. I mean it. For example, being diabetic is not a bad thing in my life. I usually make fun of it, and I can make my injections everywhere. And I know that there are some people who cannot make their injections in the public, or they cannot say
Yeah.
they have diabetes. And I want to break that, and I want to make a world who can everybody can say uh, that she or he have has diabetes. I'm working on it, and my
Yeah.
Instagram account's concept is it. For example, I go to a concert and I'm just taking
You're
my
checking your blood
injection.
sugar?
Nah,
Hmm.
yes.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm checking my blood sugar everywhere. I'm doing my injection everywhere, and I want to show that to the people.
Cool. I think that that's a really good thing to do because it's not easy to like have some identity like with diabetes sometimes, you know, it's like a relationship that like we don't want to have, but we have to
Yes,
have.
yes,
So that's why I kind of like to, you know, ask people about that because I think it can be something that's really important if you can share how you deal with that. And then maybe other people can learn something from that too. And I
yes,
think with Beta Change, we talk about that a lot, where we think about ways people are doing that in the community. They do all kinds of different things, whether they're designing things, whether they do YouTube channels, whether they're on Instagram, and just like being open about it. Um, did it take you a long time to feel like you could be open about it?
yes. Actually, I considered about it for a really long time, and just not because of I'm shy, just because of will it be good or will people support me? I was considering about it, and I was asking to my friends, and they were like, Sena, please do it. You are thinking about it for 1 year, and
Mhm.
just do it. And I did it. And at the beginning of my account, I I got lots of positive messages, and I got lots of questions about diabetes, and I see that there are some people who cannot eat anything they want because of they're worried about their blood sugar. They don't know how to control it, and they're asking me that if I eat that, what happens? And I'm saying I'm not the doctor, but if I can do it, you can do it.
It's a good message, I think, you know, to
Yes,
share with people. So yeah, if we, you know, if one of us can do it, the rest of us can.
yes.
So that's a good thing, actually, that you said that for people who are watching, because um,
Thank you.
people will maybe watch this at different times in, you know, depending on where they are in the world. So if people have questions, you know, they can comment on this on Facebook, and then we'll also have it on YouTube so people could ask questions there too. And hopefully they'll find your YouTube channel when you have that up.
Yes, I
Um,
hope to.
yeah, definitely. And you can read Sina's postcard, which we can put on the
Um,
comments too, that she wrote for us,
Thank you.
about her project and about her life with diabetes too. We have that in our
Thank
little
you.
postcard connection. So Sina, could you maybe for like the last question, um, could you tell me maybe how, um, you know, you try to like communicate with other people who have diabetes around the world? Like, do you have a lot of people who are asking you questions from Turkey or from other places? And maybe what kind of has been your experience with meeting people that way?
Yes, actually, I have lots of messages from Turkey, mostly. For example, if I get 100 messages, 80 of them is from Turkey and 20 of them is
Wow.
from different countries.
Cool.
Yes, yes. And for example, last week I recorded a video for someone who is from Russia, I think. She
Mm-hmm.
asked me to, can you answer these questions and record them and send me because I'm gonna make a vlog from the different countries, diabetics.
Oh, that's really
And
cool. Yeah, we'd love
yes,
to see
yes.
that. I would love to talk
Okay.
to her about that. That sounds like a really cool project too.
Yes, it's really cool.
Mhm.
And if when she share it with me, I will share it with you too. You can
Cool.
be sure.
That's
Yes.
so interesting, right? You have all these opportunities from people sometimes, like that you, I think
Yes.
that it can
And
be a really positive thing that way.
yes, and the Instagram, for example, I'm trying to help the other people that they are not alone because I want to show that. And I realized that I'm not alone, and there are lots of people like you, Katie, like others from the world. We found each other, and it makes me feel really good.
Yeah,
Yes,
me too. I know. It's a
yes,
good feeling to feel like you have a
yes.
community, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
I feel like when I meet with someone who has diabetes, I feel like my sister or from my family.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Yes,
I think so too. You know, it's a good connection and it can
thank
be a really
you.
positive thing that happens with people.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
that's great. So, Sina, is there anything you want to share with us before we wrap up?
Actually, not. I think I answered lots of specific questions, and
Yeah.
if you have any questions for the viewers, I'm saying you can find
Hmm.
my account and you can make a connection with me. Or if you want to visit to Turkey, you can call me or you can write me so we can meet.
Oh,
Just
that
let
would
me
be
know.
great. I'll let you
Yes,
know if I'm in Turkey.
yes, really, really. I think you should come. You should come. Really, I'm waiting for you. We can have a
Oh,
really good time. If you wanna come, I can host you. Really,
that sounds
now.
awesome. I'm sure people
Yes,
will have a lot of comments and people can leave their comments on this video or on YouTube and,
yes.
and reach out to us at Beta Change too. If there's any questions, we can send them to Sina. So Sina, thank you so much for joining me today. It was so nice to
Um,
have you. I'm really glad that we could do this and I'm glad to have another diabetes friend in the world.
yes.
So that's great. And so I hope that we have an update on your project when you get one, when you have your prototypes and everything of your designs come in. I'm excited to see it. So that would be great.
Okay.
Well, thanks
Thank you
everybody
so
for.
much.
Oh, thank you, and thanks everybody for watching. And if anyone has any questions, again, please feel free to reach out. And we hope you join us for the next minisode.
Okay, thank you. Love you so much.
Bye.